Explanation in vernacular writing for spring couplets for the year of Jia Chen, 2024. 06. In the year of Gui Mao, emulate the efforts of the vanguard and push forward with determination. The reward through the reversed wind will come as recompense. In the year of Jia Chen, firmly embracing the heavenly decree and golden thread, any encounter with adversity will transform into a fortuitous outcome. The vanguard here originally literally read as rabbit head, and in worldly terms, it refers to a daredevil squad, typically the vanguard forces in the front lines during a war. In terms of the Tao field, Jin Gong Su entered into position and set forth the path, and so did Shizun and Shimu, along with various Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They all lead from the front, guiding us. They cannot follow behind us because it's impossible for us to surpass the enlightened Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Therefore, rabbit head symbolizes the vanguard, the pioneers who opened the way. We all think that the end of the world means the destruction of the world, but in reality, it heralds the arrival of a new world and the creation of a new world. The year 2023 marks the beginning of this new world, and it's not something that starts only after a major disaster occurs. In 2003, Holy Mother mentioned, Jin Gong Su takes his place to set forth the path. Now, in the Gui Mao year, 2023, it has been a full 20 years. It's time to truly take action. Hence, it is said, in the year of Gui Mao, emulate the efforts of the vanguard and push forward with determination. The reward through reversed wind will come as recompense. The reward through reversed wind is an historical anecdote. After the overthrow of the Shang dynasty by King Wu in the Shang and Zhou War, though King Zhou had been defeated, the world had yet to stabilize. At that time, King Wu fell seriously ill. Duke of Zhou, the younger brother of King Wu and the son of King Wen, offered a prayer to the ancient sage kings, expressing, "I am willing to sacrifice my own life for King Wu, I will die on behalf of him." As Duke Zhou and King Wu were brothers and sons of King Wen, Duke Zhou was willing to substitute himself for King Wu's sacrifice. This historical account records the prayer Duke Zhou made to God, and the prayer document was preserved in the National Treasury, representing valuable historical artifacts. Later, after the death of King Wu, his son, King Cheng, inherited the throne. Due to the continued turmoil of the times, the events of executing Wu Gang, killing Guan Shu, and releasing Kai Shu unfolded, leading to Duke Zhou's eastern expedition out of necessity. Uncles Guan, Kai, and Ho were uncles of King Cheng and brothers of Duke Zhou. At that time, Guan and Kai spread a lot of rumors and gossip about Duke Zhou. There is a poem mentioning Duke Zhou also felt fearful during the days of rumors and gossip, referring to this incident. This led King Cheng to doubt Duke Zhou. In response, heaven issued a warning with great thunder and wind, all crops laid flat. Lightning, thunder, and a strong wind blew, knocking down the rice plants to warn King Cheng that his suspicion of Duke Zhou was a mistake. Duke Zhou, a sage, had devoted himself to the country, and it was unjust and a misunderstanding to accuse him. Perhaps divinely inspired, King Cheng went to the National Treasury, took out the early sacrificial texts, and, after inspecting the documents of Duke Zhou's prayers to heaven, realized he had wronged Duke Zhou. Duke Zhou was not what the rumors described, but a person genuinely dedicated to serving the country. King Cheng immediately repented, and as a result, rain fell immediately and a strong wind blew in the opposite direction, and lifted the fallen rice plants. The harvest that year turned out to be exceptionally abundant. This anecdote is derived from the Book of Documents, Jin Tang, and it is also recorded in records of the Grand Historian, the hereditary houses of Duke Zhou, State of Lu. It is known as the reward through reversed wind, and serves as an example of receiving favorable outcomes through repentance. In the years 2023 and 2024, it is the year of retribution, as the judgment year has already passed. However, judgment cannot persist indefinitely. As early as the merit evaluation of the frigid December in 2002, we were told about the impending judgment. The teaching of Holy Mother in 2003 mentioned, the judgment of heaven is after the trial, indicating that the true judgment of heaven occurs after the initial trial. Therefore, from 2003 to 2022, a span of 20 years, and with 2023 marking a new beginning, it is referred to as the year of retribution. This is also why it is called the reward through reversed wind. Because the Fu hexagram signifies restoration, heaven will execute judgment in accordance with the statement, if there is still no retribution, who would want to listen to the next chapter? Retribution is inevitable, and it occurs swiftly. There is absolutely no occurrence without reason. There must be a reason behind it. In the past, we have committed mistakes, leading to unfavorable retribution and circumstances. Yet, we often lament without realizing our own errors. We have essentially disregarded God. Hence, every situation has a reason, and our only course of action is gratitude and repentance. Therefore, in the year of Gui Mao, emulate the efforts of the vanguard and push forward with determination. The reward brought through the reversed wind will come as recompense. This statement leans towards the positive side, however, both positive and negative actions will bring retribution. We can only act promptly, similar to the Dare to Die core. Although it is the year of retribution, for those not yet coming to us, there still presents an opportunity if we take action quickly. If retribution does come to us, it will be of no use. In simple terms, as long as the 3 inches of breath in our bodies still exist, we should act promptly because there is still a chance, and heaven will still accept it. On the other hand, if the 3 inches of breath are cut off and there is no physical body, then there is nothing, we will have come to an end with no chance at all. So, as mentioned earlier, God is watching us. When someone wrongs us, should we forgive or retaliate? If someone insults us, should we insult back? In the secular world, it is said, fight back, but at this moment, heaven is watching our response, and only then will it retribute us accordingly. Are we holy or filthy? Are we righteous or unrighteous? Acting in accordance with the will of heaven is righteousness, following our own desires is unrighteousness. In fact, it's quite simple, forgiving others is holy, but what about retaliating against others? Are we considered any better? Therefore, we should use the phrase in the year of Gui Mao, emulate the efforts of the vanguard and push forward with determination. The reward through the reversed wind will come as recompense to encourage ourselves, seize the time, and strive diligently. Just like a fearless team, let's work swiftly. Our fearless team, by pushing and doing things swiftly, will move and impress all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, impress God, and only then will God make alternative arrangements. In this way, the good retribution of reward through the reversed wind will truly come to us. What is the dragon's tail? Humbly calling oneself famous for being under the conservation of a celebrity is called the dragon's tail, or attaching to the tail of a swift horse. Whether it's the tail of a dragon or a swift horse, even if we don't have the ability to fly 1,000 miles, as long as we grab the tail of a swift horse, we can still cover 1,000 miles. This is attached to the tail of a swift horse. As for the dragon's tail, it is grabbing the tail of a dragon. As long as the dragon ascends to the sky, we will also achieve success. As Holy Mother said, when my day comes, who will follow me? If we follow, aren't we also attaching to the dragon's tail? When Jingong Sushi takes the place and sets forth the path, if we follow, aren't we also attached to the dragon's tail? Shizun and Shimyu are great teachers of the 3 realms, and universally salvage in the 3 realms. If we closely follow Shizun and Shimyu, aren't we also attached to the dragon's tail? Never blindly seek the dragon's tail. Which one are you looking for? In the year of Jia Chen, we must put even more effort into closely following Holy Mother. Jingong takes the place to pave the way, Sushi leads the charge as the vanguard, and of course, Shizun and Shimyu have no second thought, they will definitely be at the forefront. Holy Mother and that Sushi have both come, how could Shizun and Shimyu not come? Therefore, we must closely follow Shizun and Shimyu and align the heavenly decree and golden thread. As cultivators of Tao in the year of Jia Chen, it is imperative to firmly pull the heavenly decree and golden thread of Holy Mother, Sushi, and Shizun and Shimyu. Gu is about encounters, and next year is the Gu hexagram, signifying significant variables and many disasters. The magnitude of these changes is so great that it could lead to regime changes in the country, especially at the end of this year and the beginning of the next. Globally, numerous political leaders may depart from this world, all of whom are of international or global significance. These events are all under the control of heaven, and significant disasters are anticipated. Even if there are major disasters next year, if we truly tightly grasp the dragon's tail, symbolizing Holy Mother, Sushi, Shizun, and Shi Mu, and heavenly decree and golden thread, even in the face of disaster, it will turn into an auspicious outcome. Thus it states any encounter with adversity will transform into a fortuitous outcome.